I gotta be honest, when I walked in, I didn't know what to expect out of you all. You all are a great, great crowd. I feel like somebody is going to do it tonight, in fact. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right, I'm your host, Ryan Evans, and I'll be bringing you comic talents from all over Colorado and in between. What I mean, some of our comics have been on the road, gracing other stages around town, around the country, but we have them here tonight. These are all gonna be professionals, so just the smallest thing, two things. Number one, have fun. Have fun. You're out of the house, let this soak in and happen to you. Don't try to well, it's not happening, I don't feel it. Make it happen. Smile sometime, tickle him from time to time. Smile and it'll just fall in your lap. If you're with me so far, let me hear you say, yeah. Yeah. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I love the claps. That's the next thing. Clap everybody to the floor. Clap everybody to this area. Matter of fact, clap them to the mic stand. I know that might be a little difficult because we haven't practiced that. You want to practice, don't you? Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, give it up for Ryan Evans. Thank you very much. Cool, just clap them up to the mic stand. It gives a great feeling for everybody who comes up to perform and makes them feel good about themselves, so they're gonna push that energy back on you. Other than that, keep your table talking down because it's 20 of us, so we can hear you. Other than that, have fun. Thank you all for coming down. What happened? Did we make it back? No. It's over? Jesus, thank you. It hurt so bad. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage to help start us off. I've been up here, so it's not starting off. It's getting us going in the right direction. This guy's been performing all over Colorado. That's not an easy task, especially when you're starting out. Ladies and gentlemen, find your dream and stick to it like this gentleman is right here. Start applauding right now. Start applauding right now. And I want it loud, ladies and gentlemen. Funny man extraordinaire, Will Tolbert.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Yeah. Everybody have a good Thanksgiving? Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I had the best Thanksgiving ever. I think it's the best one I've had in my adult life. My wife and I, we made something very special this year, and we're gonna keep doing it because it was great. You know what we made? Reservations. That's right. We said, fuck our kids, fuck our friends, fuck our relatives. We gonna let somebody else do the cooking. And the great part about it is we didn't even tell anybody we were going there. You know how they found out? On Facebook, on Instagram. You know, we were taking the pictures and all that stuff, and then my wife started getting gangster with it. She started shooting the bird in front of the turkey and stuff, and I'm like, babe, this is great, but stop tagging my parents, goddamn shit. Oh man. But you know what though? I was sitting there thinking the other day that Thanksgiving is like the redheaded stepchild of the holiday season. Seriously, think about it, because Halloween, they celebrate for that entire fucking month, you know? People going to parties and shit and changing out costumes, just doing weird shit, you know? Like, that's for the kids. And then even Christmas, you know? People celebrate that even longer. How many of you have gone to somebody's house for Thanksgiving and they got a fucking Christmas tree up? That's weird shit to me, okay? It makes no sense. Another thing, you know, you ever been to a Thanksgiving party? Now, you know, they got the Halloween parties and, you know, the Christmas and all that stuff. But Thanksgiving, I'm not talking about the Thanksgiving party, the shit they make you do at work, you know, mandatory fun. I'm talking about a legitimate Thanksgiving party. And I was thinking there's probably a reason why they don't do that. Because if we follow history and tradition, you got this group of people, right? Thanksgiving party. Some of them are gonna be the Pilgrims, right? And the other ones are gonna be the Native Americans. Shit could get real interesting. I'm just saying, you know, because the party's going good and everything, and then all of a sudden, the Pilgrims, they just start to gather and they start looking at the Native Americans. They thinking, they brought all the food, and they brought the women and the booze and all that. You know what we should do? Kick all the fucking guys out. That's right. We gonna kick them out the party, and we gonna enjoy the men, the women and the booze and the food they brought. And I think that's when the Pilgrims actually started becoming Americans. They just take shit from people and enjoy it. Make them watch it from the outside. And so my wife and I, we moved up here to Colorado last year from Utah. And I could definitely tell you, Colorado is a very interesting place because there's things that go around here that you don't tell people about. You just gotta move here and find the fuck out, right? Like for instance, I live in Aurora, and I've heard about Colfax Avenue, but I didn't actually know about Colfax Avenue. Remember one day I was just driving down the road, I was on a data, and I was like, oh, there's Colfax Avenue, that long road I heard about. And I hung a left. And immediately I was like, what the fuck is this? I could have sworn they filmed The Walking Dead in Georgia. What is zombies and shit? What's going on? And so I drove a couple more blocks and then I had to pull over because I had a sudden urge to get a tetanus shot and soak my ass in some calamine lotion. I was just grossed the fuck out. Oh, man. But you know, the thing is, like I said, we moved up here from Utah. But I'm not originally from there. I just happen to have spent the last decade of my life being held there against my will. A lot of people call it raising your kids, but hey, you know, you say tomato and I'll say tomato. But for the people that haven't been to Utah, I'll tell you, it's not that bad of a place to be. I mean, if you ignore the fact that the church runs the state, the rampant racism, and the fact that it's not a very diverse environment, it's not that bad. And I'm from Florida originally, and we all know that a bunch of crazy motherfuckers come from Florida. And if you look at the news and everything, it appears that, you know, everybody in Florida is like trying to outdo each other. You know, they just doing all kinds of shit. Like they'll have a story come out that'll say something like, man in Miami goes into the Everglades and fucks like 23 alligators, right? And then meanwhile, there's some redneck, you know, up in the panhandle. He's looking at the shit and he's getting freaking jealous. You know, he's just like, how in the hell can I top this? And I got it. And so he's sitting there and he's looking at his buddy. He's like, hey, Cooter, hold my Bud Light. I'm gonna go fuck 25 alligators. And you know, the thing is, Florida is such a wild and crazy place that I hate to go back. And it pisses off my family and my friends and all that stuff. And my mom gets on me. You know how moms like to do that guilt trip shit? Remember a couple of months ago, I was talking with my mom on the phone, and out of the blue, she's like, well, I guess the only time we're gonna see you is when somebody dies. And I said, hold up, Mom, we're being a little ambitious. I'm not coming there just because somebody happens to die. It would have to be the right relative. And my mom is like, what do you mean the right relative? And I said, well, it'd have to be somebody that I love and I care about, and I'm truly gonna miss them when they die. My mom goes, okay, well, what if the wrong relative dies? And I said, tell you what I'll do. I can send you guys a $25 Arby's gift certificate, and I'll make a sad post on all my social media. By now, she's fucking pissed. I can hear it. And she goes, okay, son, well, which relative am I? You know what I did? I didn't answer. I hung up the phone, I blocked her number, and I went about the rest of my day. Oh, man, and I tell you, though, I turned 52 a couple of months ago, and I've never felt better. And I know what y'all thinking, black don't crack. Oh yeah, it does. It's just on the inside, okay? But the thing is, when I turned 50, AARP started sending them fucking letters, right? And that's some bullshit because, you know, they start out nice and friendly at first, but then they just get real mean and aggressive. Like the first time I got a letter, they're like, hey, you know, we know you're over 50 and welcome to AARP and fill out the brochure and send us a text or an email and join up. And I was like, this is some bullshit. I threw that shit in the garbage. So they kept sending me letters and everything. And I ignored them for about 6 months. And then one day I got this big ass red envelope. It says AARP on it, open it now. And I opened it up and some white freaking smoke came up and blinded me and I'm coughing and shit. I'm like, what's going on? Do you know within 24 hours, my vision got blurry, my back was hurting, and my dick stopped working. So you know what? Fuck AARP. But I'll tell you though, you know, I consider myself blessed because, you know, my parents are still alive, they still together, and they still know what day of the week it is, which is great. And my thing is, I told you I was 52. I'm 7 of 8 kids. So when I was born, my parents, they shouldn't even been fucking, I ain't gonna lie. And so sometimes I'll get a little nostalgic and I'll be looking through the photo album and I look at my dad. I say, there's my dad, patriarch of the family, you know, had all them damn kids and we never wanted for nothing. Great man. And then I also start thinking about things and my mind goes left and I say, you know what? I was the product of one of my dad's last erections. Yeah, my dad in November 1971, he had one of his last erections and he was looking at my mom and telling her to come here and they went in the room and they put on the L Green and 9 months later, I was born. And then, of course, I started looking through a photo album more, and I started looking at pictures of my mom. And I started thinking, proud, black woman, and she pushed out all them fucking kids. My gosh, this woman is stronger than goddamn Thanos, And then I also started thinking, my mom could also give a master's class on how to annoy the fuck out of somebody too. Because my mom would call me up and we'll listen to each other breathe for 10, 15 minutes on the phone. And I say, hey mom, you still there? And she goes, yeah, baby. I said, okay. You got anything else to talk about? She says, no, baby. And I said, all right, mom, I love you. She said, I love you, baby. And then we hang up the phone. And then 3 minutes later, she calls back and we do the same shit all over again. Thank you, everybody.
Will, is this you on the back of your damn shirt?
That's right.
If you didn't see him coming, you're definitely gonna see him going. One more time. Give Will Tolbert a big round of applause.